Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco 7241TK18 10B. Let's talk about what this is. This is a TK, it's a thumb turn is what it is. This might strike you as, when you look at that, you might say, that's a little bit long. It is, it's 1.5 inch length, fairly uncommon. Plus also that cam on the back that might say to you, that's unusual as well. It is, actually it is. That's called a lorry cam and was used on lorry deadbolts. Well, Kaba Ilco has their own line, their 45 series of deadbolts, and it's a really nifty deadbolt, which I'll talk about more in a moment, and we're using this on those deadbolts. A 7241, first of all, that means it's a thumb turn, or at least with the TK, but it specifically means it's 1.5 inch length. The underside of the head to the back of the cam is 1.5 inches. All manufacturers of cylinders, with the exception of Best, measure the underside of the head to the back of the cam. Best, for some reason, does it to the back of the body. I've thought long and hard about why they do that. Probably got something to do, in my opinion, with the manufacturing process of just how they're laid out, and other manufacturers don't do it that way. Doesn't really matter, I suppose, when you're calculating what length cylinder you need, how it's measured, but you need to know how it's measured, what you're dealing with, so you can calculate this. This is 1.5 inches long. I actually have an 1.5 inch length mortise cylinder here to... This is a different job. I have two jobs spread out on my desk here. I'll just grab the correct one. I have an 1.5 inch cylinder to go along with this. Okay. Coincidentally, I have 2.5 inch cylinder jobs at the same time. And this job is just 1.5 inch cylinders. Because it's going to be a double cylinder. There's going to be a key on this side and thumb turn on this side. Well, that's 1.5 inch plus 1.5 inch. That's 3 inch. And then less what the consumption of the length of the cylinder from the cylinder collars, the gap between the two. I think what we're dealing with here is like a 2.5 inch thick door. And what's nice about that Kaba 45 series is I really don't care how thick your door is. And I mean that in the sense of whatever thickness door you have, we can accommodate that. I care about the thickness of your door, but I don't care about it in the sense that, oh, I can't accommodate that. Customer calls and says, yeah, I've got a 3 inch door. I need a double cylinder. I need a single cylinder deadbolt. No problem. Ship it from stock. And it's because of that modular Kaba 45 series deadbolt, because it can take mortise cylinders. Now, that other job I had mentioned, I've got an 1.5 inch cylinder. I've got the cam removed. This job is for a single lock for like a 4 inch thick door. So I'm taking an 1.5 inch cylinder. I have it in my drill fixture, and I'm going to drill 2 holes in the back of the cylinder. So there'll be 2 holes here and here. I have to drill it twice, the outside and then the inside with a thumb turn. And then I'm going to add extensions. And here's what that extension looks like. That's going to end up going on there like that. So that cylinder is going to be 2.5 inch thick long by the time I'm done. I forget the actual door thickness. It can't be 3.5. It's a much thicker door. It might be 4.5. So I can build any length cylinder that you need. I have a 6 inch mortise cylinder back here. So if you had a 11 3/4 inch thick door or whatever, it can be accommodated is the point. And that's really the hallmark of that Kaba 45 series, which is why I'm telling you about this unusual length. And the lorry cam. That's a fantail cam, they call that. If you use your imagination, you can see why they'd call that a fantail cam. That cam and the Adams Wright, the MS cam, will work that 45 series, and I'll show you that in the catalog, the 45 series. I like the fantail cam because I like all that contact being on the pin of the bolt that throws the bolt out 1 inch and then brings it back. The MS cam is just tiny at the top, and I want to make sure that when I turn the key or the thumb turn, I'm throwing that pin much of the revolution. I'm making contact and I continue to throw it, and I'm positively locking it in place when I make that revolution. That's why I like that, is the bottom line. Also, this is 10B finish. That's oil rub bronze. That's the face of that. Let's switch to the screen view and just look at some of the supporting information that I've been talking about. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, here's our item. This is not really our item, but by the time you're seeing this video, it will have the correct image. Some pictures of what we're actually dealing with. What we have here is that's the thumb turn itself. So not a whole lot to see there, but let's just keep moving. Side view. The face of it with the thumb turn. The fantail cam or the lorry cam. That's not all of it. Oh, yeah, it is all of it. Yeah, that's all of it. Not much else to see here. The threads are first of all, the diameter is 1 5/32 of an inch. 32 threads per inch. That's very typical and common. When you're threading a mortise cylinder into something very thin like a mortise case would be, or lock sets, you're going to want to pack a lot of threads per inch is the bottom line. That's why that is. It's a standard. There are 4 diameters of mortise cylinders. 3/4, they're known as peanut cylinders. Then there's the builder's hardware like this, 1 5/32. Then there's the master ring, or also known as the jumbo. That's 1.5 inches, which is also 32 threads per inch. And then you've got the mogul. That's 2 inch. That's a positively obscene diameter lock in the sense that, wow, when you hold that in your hand, you say that's a huge mortise cylinder. Those are used in detention work. The jumbo or the master ring, that's also builder's hardware, but it's a platform of cylinder technology that dates to the 19th century that's still in use today. That is a very particular and specialized construction of cylinder that solves many, many modern problems, and it was solved in the 19th century. I have a lot of information about the master ring should you be interested. So, extended description, oil rub bronze. This is not the correct cam. By the time you're seeing this, it will have the correct cam. Let's just get to it. I clicked on the link here to the manufacturer's page. From here, you can pull up the brass cylinder manual. I'm actually going to pull up an older version because it does better when it comes to the pictures of that 45 series, and here it is. It is a deadbolt. If you're doing a single cylinder, they can do this, but that's not going to help you when you've got a 4-inch thick door. I opt for the mortise thumb turn and make it a single cylinder. So I order a double cylinder, and then I specify this type of cylinder, the thumb turn on the inside. What's cool about this is a couple of things. Narrow projection off the face of the door. It doesn't really stick out very far. It's not really huge. It's probably no more than 2 3/4 would be my guess, in that range. And if you're familiar with the term back set, you know you've got your 2 3/4 back set. You've got your 2 3/8 back set. Well, this lock can come with a 2-inch back set, and that's really nice. You don't ever bump into it, but once in a while, you've got 4-inch stiles on an exterior door, and all you want to do is lock it. And everywhere you've looked, no one is going to fit a lock on a 4-inch stile. Well, Kaba can. If you want to put a deadbolt, they can definitely do it. You know what would be really awesome is if they had a latch, a slam latch on this. That would be the cat's meow. I'm going to suggest that to them someday. If this was a gate latch where you could lock that, that would really be amazing. Yeah, that'd be neat. Okay, now we're talking about that fantail cam. Well, here's an exploded drawing. Shows you what it looks like. Now, enough about that. That fantail cam is right here. That 863R, that's the lorry fantail cam. Those are the other cams that you can order. If you're doing just an old iron case mortise lock, there it is. Use the 863G, that's probably going to work. If you're working on Schlage locks, there's an 863M. That's a Schlage. Some people will call it a beaver tail. That looks like it's possibly Falcon or Marks. There's Falcon. That could be Marks. I don't forget. Pardon me. I do forget what that AM stands for. It means something. I just don't remember. Corbin's clover leaf cam, you're going to bump into that a lot. Adams Rite has actually 3 types of tail pieces. It's the 863A, which is the standard you see everywhere. They've got a shorter one too, for I think they're 2070 sliding lock. Don't quote me on the part number. And there's a third that that Kaba Ilco clearly doesn't have. Although it could be this one. It's basically a standard cam, just a little shorter, but not as short as this one. Sargent, they've got Yale here. Yale's a real skinny one. Okay, so just a neat trip down what's available on this cylinder. Now, speaking of that, here are the part numbers. Turnknob Mortise cylinders. We're doing a 7241. You can see that's 1.5 inches, but they can get you all the way out to 2 inch. Well, they don't get you to 2.5, and that's why I'm drilling holes and tapping threads and creating a longer cylinder with my fixture. That fixture, by the way, is from a company called Major Manufacturing. We sell that kit. So if you want to extend cylinders yourself quickly, all you need to do is, you don't need to buy the kit, the fixture, but I would suggest, because it allows you to place those holes in the right location. But also, you're going to need to buy the extensions, the brass extensions and drive cams as well. We can sell all that to you. Okay. Now, on that manufacturer's page, there's also a link to the key blank catalog. Kaba Ilco's name is very synonymous with key blanks, and this will allow you to see 500 pages worth of key blanks. North American cylinders are in section 2. It's the purple or magenta section. Dexter, Master, Corbin, Schlage, Yale, Sargent, Medico, on and on and on. So fun little reference there. Key machine manuals are here as well. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. In conclusion, if you have any questions on the 7241, and by the way, the TK again means thumb turn, but that 18, that means the tail, the cam. If you change the 18 to whatever that number is, it's a 1 or a 2-digit number, in that Kaba catalog, that's the cam that will come on here. So if you're doing Schlage, it would be their 863S, I think. I don't remember the 2-digit value. It might be an 11. Don't quote me on that. But you just change the 18. If you want the Adams Rite cam, that's a 2, or that MS cam. It'd be a number 2. I ordered these TK18 because I know I'm using those Kaba deadbolts, and I like the fantail cam, as I said that earlier. The name Kaba Ilco is synonymous with cylinders, very good quality solid brass cylinders like this one, and of course key blanks. And if you have any questions on the 7241 TK18 10B or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.